So good evening everyone, and welcome to the live stream. Just getting ready for our flight this evening to Billund in Denmark. Hello to Scottish Traveller Cinematic, Leo Plane Spotter and Dutch FSX channel. Good evening to you all. You're very welcome to the live stream. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator X, Scottish Traveller, FSX. Aberdeen Aviation, good evening to you, mate. I'm very well, thanks. How about you? So we'll be departing in the next 10 minutes. As I say, just getting set up. I need some more information from the Ryanair system. A few other hellos as well to Chile Pandora, Tap Air Portugal, Nicky Lacrosse, good evening to you, mate, as well. Scottish Traveller, I don't know if I'll be coming for the, well, I suppose it's the inaugural for scheduled services, but it isn't really the inaugural A380, if you get what I mean, because obviously Emirates have already flown one in, so I might come across. I'll have to see how it goes. What software? Owen, I use Orbx Studio to live stream. And for the flight simulator I use Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Yeah, exactly, Aberdeen. It's not the first A380 to Aberdeen, so part of me, to be honest with you, it will be special. I just don't know how special it's going to be, because for the inaugural one, which arrived in Glasgow a few years back, that received, a much larger reception, if you like. So I don't really know how good it's going to be, but I might. We'll see. Yeah, it's the inaugural of the daily service, but I don't know, because they've already flown it in, so whether or not they'll do it for a second, they probably will, but I don't know. So, see how it goes. Right now, Mike, good evening to you, mate. How are you doing? Good of you to join. Okay, folks, I'm just going to get some more information of the VMAT system, ETA. I'll do a pre-flight brief and I'll give you our ETA in a minute, because at the moment I need to program our flight route, and until I do that we have no ETA, so just give me 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm very well, thanks, mate. Chile Pandora, and how about yourself, James? Okay, so we're departing off runway 06. Yeah, that's the worst thing, is that you kind of know in the back of your head it's going to be busy, you know it's going to be crowded, so half of me I really don't like it when it's massively crowded and so on. You kind of can't get a view. Typically a few weeks afterward, when it becomes daily, people aren't bothered as much, so yeah, I might go after it. I don't know, I'll see. Right folks, I'm just going to go for a quick flight briefing, just give you some information for today's flight. It is, yes, 737-8 Alpha Sierra with winglets, so that it is. I don't think Edinburgh will be getting the A380 Aberdeen. It hasn't had one in. Edinburgh hasn't been the focus of any A380 service, whereas Glasgow has been, because it does have that little bit more flexibility compared to Edinburgh. But who knows? A lot of things changing, but we will see. Yes, 747 Emirates Sky Cargo. I saw that a few times. Okay, here comes a flight briefing. Zero chance of Newcastle. We can't fit the A380 in, full stop. So this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard Ryanair FR flight FR2320 to Billund. This is your captain Jonathan Winton, ably assisted by our first officer, whose name is unknown. So I hope that gives you great confidence in our rostering and our pilot availability. So for this evening's flight to Billund, we expect a flight time in the region of 1 hour and 20 minutes. Departing to the east out of Edinburgh, passing over the Firth of Forth, making a right hand turn toward Dunbar, climbing up to our cruising altitude of 39,000 feet. We'll proceed east over the North Sea. We'll have a fairly strongish wind coming from the north. Hopefully that should give us a little bit of a hand on our way to Billund, beginning our descent and then landing in Billund at approximately 7:45 local time. As I say, flight time in the region of 1 hour and 20 minutes. Meanwhile, here in the cockpit we're pretty much all set up and ready to go. All that we ask now is that you please pay special attention to the safety demonstration as is about to be performed by our cabin crew. This is for your safety and the safety of those around you. Once again, thanks for choosing Ryanair. We'll give you an update mid-flight. Meanwhile, sit back, relax and enjoy the flight. Jacob McGregor, hello mate, how are you doing? Jack Barkwell, good evening to you as well mate, good of you to join. Sergey, yes, the voice in the left ear, I'm not sure why that is, I'll have to have a look at that. Why Ryanair? Because it's Europe's best low-cost airline, so yeah.
Ground, cockpit.
Go ahead, Captain.
We're all set to go up here. We've been cleared to push and start at your discretion.
Roger that, ready for push. Power and air are clear, doors closed. We are ready for pushback. Release parking brake, please.
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks mate, yeah, very well.
Okay, parking brake is off, cleared to push.
Brakes off, here we go.
When am I next spotting at Newcastle? I'm not entirely sure at the moment. I was going to go last week, but plans changed, so I didn't end up going. But I will be going soon, no doubt. But it's just a matter of when. So yeah. Tap Air Portugal, hello. Right, starting engine number 2. I've just realised the issue that a lot of, well, everyone you can only hear me on the left side. Am I correct in saying? So if you're wearing a headset, you can only hear me on the left side. Am I correct in saying that? Just if so, I'll try after we take off a couple of options. I did not hear about that, Jacob, but it doesn't surprise me. You know these folk are like. They'll go anywhere. It's crazy. And I'll bet you he was visiting his brother. I'll bet he was doing that. Actually, I need to get in touch with him because I said I would be popping up at some point, but that was in January, and a lot's happened since January. Do you think Logan will do more routes? I don't know if they'll do more routes, but there is the potential scope, yes. But not in the next year. I can't see them doing anything this year. John Mark, hello to you as well, mate. Good of you to join. Yeah, I'm sure he does. Mind you, when I last spoke to him, actually, he seemed rather busy himself, so he said, oh, just come up whenever you fancy and we'll get something sorted, but I still haven't managed to do that. Daniel Rooney, hello. Yeah, so you can hear us in the left ear and the right the plane, okay? I'll try and change the audio once we've departed, okay? Rather quiet on VATSIM tonight. Scottish Airshow, 100% not. No chance. There's, I mean, the air shows this year, especially in the north, are really, really poor. Think for the Scottish Air Show, for the Sunderland Air Show, I think we've had the Red Arrows cancelled, 2 other displays as well, which I can't remember. I'd have to check up. I haven't looked at it since November now, so I got so sick of seeing kind of each. Jack, no, I won't be going to Sunderland. No, just. It's not worth it. It's exactly the same as last year. Even, well, I think this year, as I say, we don't even have the Red Arrows. So no, there's no point, unfortunately. But hopefully it picks up and we get some new displays in the next few years. Whether or not we will is another question. But you know, hope springs eternal. We can keep hoping, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. Okay, let's depart. I just need to quickly check VATSPY, make sure there's no aircraft incoming. Yeah, the 75's going fine. She's ticking over nicely. I'm just waiting for the next thing to go wrong with it. Cabin crew, seats for departure. Left's clear, right's clear, lining up 06. Power set. 80 knots.
V1. Rotate. V2.
You can see the Forth Road Bridge, the old one, and the Queen's Ferry crossing as well on the left hand side. Just thought I'd quickly show you that as we were climbing. Okay, turning right, heading 100 direct to the Centaurs VOR, 6,000 feet transition. Ah, you're on Blythe, very nice. Very nice, close to the sea. Grand. Aberdeen Air Show. you get an air show in Aberdeen every day with all the helicopters. I mean, you can't complain. Oh dear. Engine and instruments checked and cross-checked, Nick. All done and dusted. Flight Simulator Steam Edition. Dobry wieczór. Cześć. Good of you to join. Yeah, I did Virgin Little Red as well, Aberdeen. I flew on the very last one, the very last Virgin Little Red flight from Edinburgh to Heathrow and back. So we got a water cannon salute when we landed back in Edinburgh. It was really, really cool. The video's on YouTube if anyone wants to watch it. No, it's good. Oh, Daniel, you've triggered the Airbus and Boeing debate. That could prove fatal. That could prove extremely dangerous. But as a keen Ryanair enthusiast, I have to say Boeing. So I do like the Boeing 737. It's, I know the Max obviously has had major issues, but that is the Max. If you look at the 737 family as a whole, though, it's a very safe, reliable aircraft overall. You know, don't get us wrong, I like my Airbus aircraft as well. You know, yeah, A320, 19, 18, 21, all of them. I like planes. so you know. But as a preference, I do like a Boeing. SpaceX, that's a good one. If we're talking about things that climb up into the atmosphere, then I dare say SpaceX would be one of those. Good choice. Well, you can't hate both and say you love Boeing, so it's a bit of a contradiction, isn't it? Oh, you did the last Aberdeen flight. Oh, cool. Yeah, what really touched me on the last flight, the last Virgin Little Red flight, was going down to Heathrow. They offered complimentary drinks and snacks, which was really nice. But on the way back, because it was the last ever flight, all they didn't have any drinks, they didn't have any snacks apart from the little pack of love hearts that they used to give out, the little sweets, the love hearts. And even though there weren't any snacks or drinks, they offered everyone these love hearts. And I can remember that they started at the rear of the plane, and I was sat pretty much at the front of the plane. And as they were walking down the aisle, I was watching who was taking the sweets on the last flight, and virtually nobody took them. And so the lass who was cabin crew got to my seat, and I think I had a spare seat next to us. So she says, "Do you want any?" And I says, "Oh yeah, please." She says, "Go on, take yourself a handful." I said, "Oh really?" She said, "Yeah, take yourself a handful." So I took a handful. I put a couple in my haversack, and she said, "Do you want some more?" I said, "Oh yeah." She says, "Pass your bag here," and she tipped a whole load of them in my bag. So I had packets of love hearts from the Virgin Little Red flight, which lasted me for weeks. So just a funny little story. But they were a great airline. It's sad they went. Yeah, I've seen that montage. It's very good. Mr. Aviation Guy, hello mate. Good of you to join. How do I find Orbx scenery for frames? Orbx scenery, typically I find no problem at all, mate. I only use Orbx Ireland and Orbx Northern Ireland, and the reason I only use those two is I needed the AF card for Dublin and the AF card for Londonderry, but none of the AF cards provided by FSX freeware sceneries was accurate enough, whereas the Orbx AF card files for the airport, which replicates the stands and everything, is very very close to the payware scenery of like Aerosoft Dublin. So Aerosoft Dublin, which I was using, was quite frames intensive and I didn't really like it, but at the same time all the freeware scenery wasn't really, you know, replicating the lines for the taxiways and for the terminal. I mean, for instance, Terminal 2 at Dublin, there were virtually no stands on the freeware scenery, or if there were for Terminal 2, it was really quite inaccurate where they were put, whereas Orbx replicates them perfectly and puts them exactly where they are, and where the Orbx scenery, not Orbx, the Aerosoft Dublin scenery has them as well. So, but in terms of frames, absolutely no problem. I can probably do a steady 25. I mean, at the moment, I don't know what. Let's just check. So at the moment, we're kind of, if you look in the top left hand corner, the frames per second is about 22, 23, 25, lowest is 17, highest 25, so gives you a rough idea. It's about 23 frames per second running at the moment, which is, you know, pretty decent. Yeah, the only one I've lost frames on. Did you ever fly Dublin to the USA? Yes, I did. No, actually, no, I don't think I did. I nearly did with Norwegian, but I don't think I quite did it. See you shortly, Jack. The only Orbx scenery I have lost frames on, I think, was Orbx Scotland. It was actually, I'll be honest with you, mate, you don't lose that much in terms of frames, right? Yeah, sorry, you don't lose that much in terms of frames. The worst part I found with Orbx is the load and startup times for FSX, so it does take a lot longer to load. So I've kind of got a setup now where I don't have much Orbx scenery on, and so from pressing the power on button on my computer to actually being up and ready to fly takes about 3 minutes 45 seconds, whereas if I have Orbx scenery installed, then from pressing the on button on the computer to loading into FSX probably takes about, well, last time I checked it was 5 minutes 38 or something like that. So it did add like a couple extra minutes on, but depending what other sceneries you have, it could take longer, and whether or not they're enabled or disabled. So it just yeah, it just depends really. Jet 2 holidays, 8 hours in a 757. That would be I don't know if that would be fun or grueling, I'm not sure. Yeah, the only route to the USA I did, Daniel, was Norwegian. Well, in the 737-800 I did Norwegian from Edinburgh to Providence, and I did a live stream of it, which I think is still on YouTube, but that was, I think, one of the only 737 flights I did. No in-flight entertainment. I just take my laptop for in-flight entertainment. It's great fun. You just need somewhere to plug it in to charge. That's the problem with most of them. There you go. Such as life. Aaron Cannell. Good evening to you. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, infinite flight. It's not my cup of tea. I prefer Flight Simulator, if I'm honest. I like the look of P3D and different other ones, but yeah, I'm just sticking with Flight Simulator. I know how to run it. Flight Simulator, Steam Edition, you can still tweak, you can still, add bits to it, change the config files, and mess on with it that way, so it's still very much hands-on. But yeah, I like it. I like Steam Edition. I mean, I can run Steam Edition and live stream for pretty much eternity, and it won't crash. It's ridiculous. Flight Simulator, the disc version, Acceleration, which I used to have, the add-on pack and everything, that used to frequently crash to desktop. So sometimes you'd be in the middle of a flight, and then suddenly the next thing you know, you get a black screen, it freezes, whatever. Or if you were participating in a VATSIM event and there's lots of traffic, there's lots of scenery, whatever, it just takes ages to load, and then again it would crash to desktop, and you think, what a waste of time and energy. So, to be honest, Steam Edition has erased a lot of those problems, and yeah, I like it. wanted to say just there, and that's fine. It's a Dutch name. Goed gaat het. I think that's how you say it. Goed gaat het. We used to fly for Little Red. Oh, she's now on the A330. Very nice. I know a lot of the cabin crew were going to Virgin Atlantic, but all of the pilots went back. I think all bar one or two crew who were based in Heathrow, if I remember. Were they based in Heathrow? I can't remember. I spoke to one of them. I've got a video of the interview which I've never uploaded to YouTube. It was a personal interview I had with the captain. I was just chatting with him after we'd landed, and he was going back, and the first officer was going back to fly with Aer Lingus, but he was on about a couple other crews who were based in Edinburgh who flew for Little Red. It was Edinburgh, Heathrow, I can't remember, but they were going to be flying for Virgin on the A330, so we're going on a conversion course. So yeah, that's it. Almost. My Dutch is no good, so yeah, I haven't brushed up on any of it. I didn't really learn that much, so yeah. Well, back home. Yeah, well, at least Aer Lingus crew, yeah. But I'm sure a few of them, from what he said, were because the cabin crew were virtually all Virgin Atlantic. But as far as I remember him saying, there were a couple of other crews who weren't going back to Aer Lingus, but were going back down to convert onto the A330 for Virgin Atlantic. So yeah, Aaron, a lot of people have had the same problem. I am actually going to look into it, so the live stream may go quiet for you guys, just for about 3 minutes, if that. I am just going to try a couple of things with the microphone. I'll let you know when I do it, but I'm just going to try and get this problem solved, because I'm listening to the live stream, or I listened to it, I should say, and I had exactly the same problem. I could only hear it on my left hand side, on my left ear, so I will try and have a look. Yeah, there were wet lease aircraft, the crews, so the crews were. But as I say, I've got it on record. This this video I did with the captain on board the last flight, and he does mention it about cruise control. So I'll have to dig it out on a hard drive somewhere. Right, just bear with me 2 minutes. I'm going to have a quick. Yeah, Captain Joe is a very good YouTuber. We watched quite a lot of his videos. Dio, Echo Zulu Victor, Echo Zulu Whiskey was another one, and Echo Zulu Whiskey, what was the other one? DE Delta Echo, yeah, I think wasn't it? I'll just double check. Yeah, the jack's in all the way. I looked at the issue, Nicky Lacrosse, and the problem is that it's taken the audio, I think, from stereo, and let's get this right, it's going from stereo to something else, or it's not going to stereo, I can't, on mono. I'll have to double check it, but just bear with me 2 minutes. Okay folks, I think I've found, let me get my words correct, I think I found the problem, so the live stream's going to go quiet for just 1 minute. I'm going to try and change it, and then if you can let me know that you can hear me in both sides of your headset, and hopefully that should be the problem solved. So just bear with me 1 second, I'll quickly change something in OBS. Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3, what am I having for my tea? So now you should be able to hear me on both the left side and the right side. Could you all confirm that that's the case, please? That'd be brilliant, thank you. That's brilliant. Thank you very much for your patience. That's brilliant. Yeah, I just changed the setting there, so I changed the input from stereo to mono, so that's split the audio now, so it's going in both the left and right hand side evenly. So that's brilliant. Thank you very much, guys, for that. Appreciate it. That's another one of the many problems I've now got solved, which is perfect. Yeah, that's right. Delta Echo Oscar, Delta Echo India, Echo Zulu Victor, and Echo Zulu Whiskey. Which OBS do you use? I just use OBS Studio. Yeah, just OBS Studio for streaming. And it works fairly well. It's the only... I did used to live stream on... When I had a Google Plus account before I closed it down, because Google Plus wasn't really doing much for me, I used to stream on Google Plus Hangouts, and for some reason the stream kept getting, I'll use the word hacked, but randomly people would just appear in my stream. This sounds really weird, right? But I haven't but I do know the guy that runs it. So no, I haven't been to that one. Know of the guy that runs it. Yeah. September 26th. Pity. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, live streaming, that was it. Yeah, I did used to do it on Google Plus Hangouts, but randomly, whenever I did a live stream, people just, with their webcams on, popped up on the screen. So like now, you see how you see the aircraft, you see the primary flight display, the navigation display, all of that. Suddenly, in like the top left-hand corner, or the bottom right-hand corner, you'd see people with their webcams suddenly appear. It was really, really weird, and I tried lots of things in settings and stuff, and it was just bizarre. It was just really, really weird. don't really use that much in terms of scenes and so on. But I just have a very, very basic setup. It works for what I want to do, which is just the occasional stream like tonight. And you know, if it works, that's the main thing. Welcome back, Jack. I like his videos. Yes, I've watched many of them. They're some of them are quite informative. They're good. Right, I just need to get some information for our approach to Billund. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good evening again from the flight deck. Just a quick flight update for you all. We are cruising now at an altitude of 39,000 feet over the North Sea. As you can see, the conditions are quite nice, nice and clear to around us. So, yeah, we're about halfway through the flight now, roundabout. We're beginning our descent in the next 10-15 minutes, landing in Billund in approximately 41 minutes. So yeah, we'll be beginning our descent shortly. Weather in Billund at the moment, a little bit on the chilly side. Temperature 4 degrees, light winds from the east, with a few scattered clouds, so not particularly that different to Edinburgh, but a little on the cooler side. So we trust you've had a pleasant flight so far, but for the rest of this flight, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Newcastle Flyer, hello mate, good of you to join. Can I turn down the aircraft volume please? Certainly, I'll tell you what, I'll just double check on my headset, I'll listen to the audio so I can hear what you're hearing. I'll try and adjust it accordingly, okay, so just bear with me. Aberdeen, yes, we are getting the A318. I couldn't honestly believe it, but the A318, the first one, which isn't the first one, got a water cannon salute, which was a bit annoying, but which I missed. I was working that day, so I couldn't go down for it. Had I known, I probably would have made the effort to get down there. So yeah. I'm just gonna listen to the audio. Just bear with us one second. try that, see if that's any better. A318 Aberdeen, they don't have more than one, so they don't have more than two even, so BA only has one. "26 flights booked this year. Goodness me! You're catching me up, Newcastle Flyer." Terrain ahead. Pull up. Welcome to the stream. Ah, that's good. That's good. I've done a lot of flying at the start of the year. I mean, I flew to Oslo. I've flown to Copenhagen, Budapest. Flown in and out of Stansted 1, 2, 3, 4. I've flown in and out of Stansted 5 times this year. So yeah, kind of just got another trip to Paris booked, and that's pretty much it.
Lima Zulu, København approach nu online, frekvens 119,18, og for din information, jeg tror, at han taler et enkelt frekvens.
Sig det igen for Lima Zulu.
Oscar Lima Zulu, København approach er nu online, frekvens 119,8, og jeg tror kun, han taler engelsk.
Og skal det Lima skal stå til approach 119,8, og det er filmet mig med engelsk tællende. Og skal det
Copenhagen approach, Copenhagen control. Good evening, Ryanair 56, flight level 390.
Ryanair 56, Copenhagen control, hello, identified. Proceed direct to Billund, expect ILS pose from S09 in Billund.
Next to Billund and expect ILS 09 at Billund, Ryanair 56. Yeah, we've got live ATC, folks. Woohoo!
Ground control, Scandinavian 6, 452, then 2 at Orbx with the weather request approximates to Rome.
Wind 6452, Copenhagen Control, hello. Startup approved, information Alpha is current. We cleared to runway, we are on runway left, fly runway heading, climb to 5,000 feet, score 2023.
Startup is approved, information Alpha of runway 08 left, fly runway heading, initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk 2023, Scandinavian 5, correction Scandinavian 6452.
Scandinavian 6452, VDAC is correct.
Potentially one day, Jack.
And that's, right.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, that is a decent thing with all these trips. You kind of get a nice backlog of videos to upload, which is good. It's one thing I do enjoy. Right, we're just about to begin our descent, straight in approach to Billund, which will knock off a little bit of time for us, which is good. Just getting all the information, everything. And, yeah.
KLM 28 Foxtrot, there's no further ATC. Correction, stand by.
Ryanair 56, request descent.
Ryanair 56, descent, flight level 130.
Descent flight level 130, thanks Ryanair 56.
KLM 28 Foxtrot, proceed direct to Subo, Sierra Uniform Golf Oscar Lima. Proceed direct to Subo, KLM 28 Foxtrot. KLM 28 Foxtrot, thank you. Contact now, Amsterdam Control. Correction, Amsterdam radar 121.375. Bye-bye. Amsterdam radar 125.75. Bye-bye, KLM 28 Foxtrot.
Scandinavian 6452, request taxi.
Scandinavian 6452, taxi holding point runway 08 left, via Charlie, runway 26 left, and Echo.
08 left via Charlie, 26 left and Echo, Scandinavian 6452, thanks.
On OBS. Oh, what time are you? The premiere tomorrow, I think it's from 5 o'clock, if I remember correctly. So yeah, about 5 o'clock tomorrow. All of the footage basically that I filmed when I was in Tenerife at the beginning of March, so there'll be plenty to see in it. lots and lots of planes. Hey. Super duper, that'll be great. So, got all the information needed for our approach. Weather in Billund is looking fine. There's no reason we can't land there at the present time. Got ATC control, alternate airport. Yeah, BRS. Yeah, Billund does look very attractive. Do you know what I'd really like to do is go across there for the... I know I've seen it in Newcastle, but the Danish Air Transport MD-80. Oh, it's the same in Copenhagen. It's so expensive. It was cheaper for me to fly directly to Copenhagen with Ryanair, £4.99 from Edinburgh. Fly in the evening, so like get the whole day spotting. Ah, hello from Glasgow. Good evening. Hello from north of Newcastle. Yeah, it was cheaper for me to fly to Copenhagen in the morning, do a full day plane spotting, fly to Budapest in the evening for £4 with Ryanair, stay overnight in Budapest for £23, and that included my breakfast as well in a hotel just near the airport. Really nice. You get a breakfast and everything. It's great. And then fly Budapest to Stansted, which was £6.99, and then Stansted to Edinburgh, which was £4.99. If I'd stayed overnight in Copenhagen, just staying in Copenhagen alone would have cost me £65 for one night, whereas I saved nearly £30 just by staying in Budapest, plus I got to do some plane spotting there, and then flew back via Stansted. So, you know, I kind of got extra flight and extra value really, so yeah, it was good fun. Can I do Newcastle to Dubai, Emirates 777? Unfortunately not, no. I don't really tend to do long flights, if I'm honest. No offence, but sometimes it's actually some viewers, and I can appreciate why.
6452 intersection Delta available on Mr. Left takeoff when you come.
We can't take intersection Delta and runway 08 left clear for takeoff, Scandinavian 6425. 64527.
Yeah, sorry. Some viewers do get bored with, you know, Ryanair live streams, so it's kind of one of those which is getting the right balance for doing what viewers want to see, and yeah, duration wise as well. It's just getting that balance.
Ryanair 56 information Bravo is now current.
We'll copy Bravo. Thanks very much, Ryanair 56. So, Billund information Bravo, ILS visual, runway 09, transition level 040, 060 degrees, 9 knots, winds variable between 040 degrees, 100 degrees, temperature Q, dew point -8, QNH 1030. Looks good. I appreciate that, mate. Thanks, Newcastle. I'll pick up the Edinburgh Stansted point in just a sec. The first officer's screens are off to improve frames, it does genuinely improve frames by 2 or
Company
3.
good evening, no class 2 whiskey, uniform with you, 50390.
Not a massive difference, but it's something.
No class 2 whiskey, uniform coming control, hello, identified.
Just picking up on the Edinburgh Stansted flight, it's not the passenger loads Newcastle that is hurting the service at the moment, it's the capacity and the availability of aircraft at the moment have been informed reliably by Ryanair pilot, so I'm not saying anymore. But yeah, it's nothing to do with load factors. I've flown on that route as many times as I mean this year alone I've flown on it 2 Stansted, 4 times this year I've flown 2 Stansted on it, and bearing in mind that was January, February when I flew, and the lowest load factor on the flight I think there was like 162 passengers, and that was flying from Edinburgh down to Stansted, and that was the quietest 162. So loads aren't an issue, and apparently revenue isn't an issue either. Apparently the issue is that because the summer season is just kicking off, the arrival of the 737 MAX 200s was supposed to provide them with that capacity immediately. Oh, I've lost another song. Immediately from the end of May. So no, it wasn't scheduled to become a 737 MAX route. No, the 737 MAX was supposed to operate a whole host of routes being based out of Stansted. That in turn would free up additional aircraft from Stansted to operate from the likes of the new London Southend base, because bearing in mind they've just opened at London Southend, and on top of that summer season is kicking in, more frequencies.
6452, squawk 2723.
Sorry for that, squawk 2023, Sandy 6452.
So overall they should be taking delivery.
6452, identified, flight level 290 and proceed direct to Marduk.
So level 200 direct to Marduk, Scandinavian 6452.
We are descending, Jack, yes. I'm not sure, train ahead. It might do, it's worth installing the update, see what it does. So yeah, the loads and everything, revenue doesn't seem to be an issue, it's just the availability of aircraft. And I don't know if many of you remember, but there was a bit of an issue about 2017, end of 2016, and some of the first routes to be cut were the UK routes. And it's purely based on the fact that from Edinburgh to Stansted, north to south, they can quickly allocate aircraft to either airport, whichever's most in need, for especially as the seasonal services are just kicking in. So that's the reason why, apparently. So until at least September, by the end of the summer season, the Edinburgh Stansted Edinburgh flights will only be flown Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which for some airports in Europe are the main holiday days for flying summer sun and fun routes, so the aircraft
6452, proceed direct Ryanair.
will be on those routes then.
Say that again, you broke on 6452.
6452, proceed direct Ryanair, Romeo Oscar.
Direct Romeo Oscar Echo, Scandinavian 6425.
Oh, Nicky Lacrosse, the aircraft, the Emirates 777 you saw, mate, that was, I think, the Expo 2020 livery on the Emirates. I might be wrong, I didn't check yesterday's Emirates, so I can't quite remember, but it's very, very nice. Just the neat little blue livery. And Yeah, just smart.
Copenhagen Airline, Houston 73 Tango, AG flight level 352 for flight level 380. 360.
North 73 Tango, Copenhagen Control, hello, squawk 4663.
Squawk 466, trim North Shuttle 77.
North Shuttle 73 Tango, identify, proceed direct to Bravo, Whiskey Romeo Bravo.
Direct Whiskey Romeo Bravo, thank you, North Shuttle 77.
I saw you got the Green Expo the other day, Jack. It was a very, very nice one. I've seen it a couple of times plane spot now. It's very small. So we haven't got that far to go now. We're just passing 19,000 feet and should be landing in 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm sure the if I remember correctly, the wind forecast changed slightly, so it was more of a crosswind than anything. But which for the crew, depending which way the crosswind is, they can elect to depart 07 or 25. It's not uncommon up here. I mean, it is fairly normal. At least it's not busy enough to stop them doing that. But that makes it a bit more interesting somehow. Do I have Instagram? I do, but it's just for personal, really. So same with Facebook. I'm on Twitter though. I'm public on Twitter.
Heading control, heaven order, shuttle X3, Charlie X-ray, flight level X380, passing the Heckmo.
North Shuttle 3 Charlie X-ray, Copenhagen Control, hello, identified.
Ah, very nice. Yeah, it's quite a distinctive sound when you're walking up there. You can hear it from a long way off.
Delta Foxtrot India Bravo Lima, Copenhagen Control, hello, identified.
Yeah, very good. You'll have to upload it onto YouTube. That'll be good. Well, I'm assuming you got a video of it or photos, but yeah, it's definitely worth an upload if you did get a video.
Ryanair 56, descend altitude 3,000 feet to be level by Edinburgh, QNH 1030, expect straight and knowledge approach on 809.
Okay, descend 3000 level by Gelbau, QNH 30, thanks for 56. Brilliant, yeah, brilliant. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing. 10 minutes. So once we've landed in Billund, everybody, we won't be there for very long. It'll just be a quick 20-minute turnaround, and then we'll be flying straight back to Edinburgh.
Canadian 6452, contact Sweden Control Frequency 118 decimal for speed descent.
118 for Canadian 6452 down.
Ryanair 56, Edinburgh, clear ILS approach runway 11. Correction, clear ILS approach runway 09.
Cleared ILS approach runway 09, Ryanair 56. The Eurowings Dash 8 isn't really... Personally, it's not the most impressive movement, so... but hey. Upload it, you just never know. It's, I don't like it since they repainted them just plain white. They're just not as interesting. They used to be quite interesting when they had the ex-Air Berlin livery still on them, but unfortunately that isn't the case anymore. And Eurowings A320s were much more interesting to see with the special liveries on some of them, but there again, they don't fly anymore. But, hey ho. Ah, that's the one you saw. Excellent. Fantastic. Copenhagen Control, Ryanair.
Shuttle 3, Charlie X-ray, contact now. Framing radar, frequency 125.020, bye-bye.
125 straight if you have an order shuttle BI3 Charlie X-ray, bye-bye.
Copenhagen Ryanair 56. We don't have a localizer or glide slope indication for some reason. Request visual approach 09.
Ryanair 56, the field is at your 12 o'clock, approximately 9 miles to the side.
Yeah, field inside, Ryanair 56.
Ryanair 56, thank you. It is visual approach from the 099 profile.
Okay, clear visual approach 09. We'll call Ryanair 56. Welcome back, Newcastle. We are just about to land.
Copenhagen Control, good afternoon, Lufthansa 8 Delta 05 L320.
Lufthansa 8 Delta Sierra, Copenhagen Control, hello, identity.
And Ryanair 56, final 09.
Ryanair 56, wind 0707 knots on the 09, clear to land.
09, clear to land. Thanks, Ryanair 56.
Tomorrow afternoon, Scandinavian 177, Alpha passing 170, climbing 180.
Scandinavian 177, Alpha, could now go off and climb flight level 380.
And flight level 380, Scandinavian 177, Alpha.
Cabin crew, seats for landing.
Northland 2 Whiskey Uniform, contact now, Norway Control, frequency 118.870, bye-bye.
1,000.
Norway 11887 for Northland 2 Whiskey Uniform, bye.
Approaching decision height. Minimums. 10.
Welcome to Billund. Aviation-001, yeah, a bit too late, mate. Not to worry. and Ryanair 56 vacated via Mike.
Ryanair 56, welcome to Billund, taxi via Kilo November, stand 28.
Kilo November, stand 28. Thanks Ryanair 56. Thanks very much, Robert. Yeah, just managed to pick it up there. Just on the flare, thankfully. Much better than your FR1 on Tuesday at Edinburgh. Oh dear. Oh, I've had that happen before, Newcastle. I had that happen in landing in Stansted. It was quite funny actually to see some of the passengers go, "Ah!" It's like, come on, it hasn't, nothing's fallen, it's just jolted at me, come on. I'm on VATSIM Aviation-001, which is a form of multiplayer, but means you get access to like live ATC and everything, so it's much better. No worries, Jack. Right, stand 2-6. Hey, we did that in good time as well. About 1 hour and 11 minutes. Pretty good, that.
And opening, hello again, Scandinavian 6452, flight level, correction 15,000 feet.
Scandinavian 6452, Copenhagen, control, hello.
Okay, cabin crew, disarm doors for arrival and cross-check. Thank you.
Scandinavian 6452, please, list port runway 11, report established, no traffic.
We cleared answer approach runway 1 and report established, Scandinavian 6452.
Delta Foxtrot India Bravo Lima, expect to be level flight level 100 by Hasli, report ready for descent.
We 100 on off, we couldn't have this stuff. Yeah, we're ready for the set.
Station calling service again.
Ready for the set, whatever we want.
Delta Bravo Lima, descent flight level 100.
Level 100.
And we get a jet bridge at this stand. Happy days.
In 6452, QNH 1029, and descend 3,000 feet, and you're cleared. ILS approach runway 11.
Okay, QNH 1029, descend 3,000 feet, initially cleared, and approach runway 11, Scandinavian 6452.
Jet bridges and Ryanair don't work. I absolutely agree. I've flown from 3 airports where Ryanair had imposed jet bridges, and I hate it. It just takes so much longer, so much longer. Yeah, Madrid. Yeah, Madrid's the same. Oslo's the same. Every airport I've flown to where they've used jet bridges. Malaga's the same. It just takes far too long.
Confirmation control, good evening, this is Lufthansa 2 Uniform Papa, passing.
I can't show the replay of the landing, sorry, but you can watch it again on YouTube. So that's one beauty. Right, folks, time to get our fuel. Oh, I've used the jet bridge with Ryanair. Malaga you have as well, yeah. For me it was in Malaga, Oslo. I thought Oslo it would just be on arriving, but Oslo they do it arriving and departing. Presumably just to keep the passengers warm. Yeah, Oslo and Malaga and Madrid. So is a microphone necessary? Yes. Very, very necessary in order to communicate with the ATC. You can use text, but microphone is recommended. Okay, time to get set up for our return flight. I just need to quickly connect to VATSIM with our new call sign.
Your seat has been allocated for you to comply with the weight and safety of the aircraft. Please place all of your cabin bags underneath the seat in front of you, with the exception of passengers occupying emergency rows, which are 16 and 17, 1 ABC and 2 DEF.
Oh, Newcastle flight. The Carcassonne flight is one of my favourite. I love the approach and also the runway. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Probably my favourite destination to fly to. Yeah, brilliant. Have you flown there as well? It's great. VATSIM compared to multiplayer is basically multiplayer, but it's more regulated. There are rules that you must abide by, and there are, you know, basically expectations as to what you should and shouldn't do. It's supposed to be more professional, basically. But yeah, Mr. Jingles, hello. But yeah, overall it's still a great one to do. Oh, you did it on Monday. Very nice. Very, very nice. It's a great airport. It's one of those places I keep meaning to go to, but I will eventually. It's on my long list of to-dos. I've got a priority list of airports to fly to, so I'm trying to do it. Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't really bother me. It's just seeing somewhere new. I just love going to new places. And you know, the thing is, I was just looking at Ryanair's sales today. From age restriction, I think it's about 14, 13 aviation-001, if I remember correctly. It's about that age. I started when I was about 13 or 14, I think, so yeah. What was I saying? Ryan, I was looking at the flights before from Stansted, you know, $4.99 to Oslo, and loads of places in Germany, Poland, Spain. It's just, choosing where to go is the problem. There's so many places. Oh, very nice, very nice. 787 on your way to Los Angeles. Oh, very nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the main aircraft door is now being closed, we kindly ask you to place all electrical items into in-flight mode. If your device does not have an in-flight mode, please switch the device off for the duration of the flight. Thank you.
.37 return, perfect, absolutely perfect. Spitfire F100, good evening mate, how are you doing? Good of you to join. Very nice. Oh, Amman will be a nice one. And Mykonos. Mykonos is probably my second favourite destination I fly to. I've done it in the sim, but I'd love to do it in the real world. Short runway, quick hop from Athens, perfect. It's really, really good. Yeah, aren't we all glad it's Friday? It's that time of the week you get to Friday and whoop! Oh, that's a shame that. One of the routes I want to do is the Lauda Motion one from Edinburgh to Vienna. At the end of the year I'd like to do that one. The problem is I've got a Ryanair voucher which I won, so I can fly to virtually anywhere on Ryanair's network now, practically for free. And even though I can do it, I haven't actually booked anywhere. I just haven't flown so much at the start of the year, you know. all these places, then gone to Malaga on holiday, then gone to Tenerife, and then got the family holiday coming up. I just, I don't know, I've done a lot of flying, so I'm kind of enjoying staying at home at the moment. Dubrovnik, yeah, Dubrovnik's a nice one, yeah, definitely. I'm just going to do a quick flight brief, everyone. Good evening from Billund Airport, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard this Ryanair flight FR2321 to Edinburgh. This is your captain speaking. We are all ready for departure. We've got all the paperwork done, route programmed, and we just need to get our clearance. Flight time for this evening's flight in the region of 1 hour 25 minutes. Our route takes us firstly to the east of Billund, then a left-hand turn heading toward the North Sea. We'll climb up to 38,000 feet over the North Sea, and then approaching Edinburgh. It's pretty much a straight-in approach, but yeah, looking in the region of 1 hour and 20 minutes for this flight, 25 minutes for this flight. But for now, we ask that you pay special attention to your the safety demonstration as is about to be performed by our cabin crew. This is for your safety and the safety of those around you. So thanks again for choosing Ryanair. We'll give you an update once we're in flight, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, have they? That's interesting. I hadn't actually realised EasyJet had done that. Thanks for that. Yeah, well, the majority of my family's in Malta, you see, on that side. So, yeah, I've got uncles, aunties, cousins. So, yeah, but they're all to the pretty much to the west of the island. But yeah, that's handy to know, because I haven't. This is the first year, and probably no, the max flights. Well, they're still bookable, but not as max, as that's all changed now. Again, that was part of the reason why the Edinburgh flights have been pulled to put them onto the flights that the max was supposed to be doing. So they've kind of got a bit of a shortfall because there's no new NGs coming. And at the same time, some of the older NGs that they have were supposed to be going this year, but that isn't going to happen now. So yeah, such is life. But that's interesting. Thanks for that, for the Newcastle Malta one. I'll probably have a look at that. I quite like visiting the island that time of year. You get some warm days, but not too warm, and sometimes the weather can be quite interesting too. So yeah, might have a look. But yeah, I believe the Ryanair sites have done. Yeah, I know that's the thing. I wanted to use it for the Warsaw modelling flight, but I can't. Mind you, I did go to Gdansk last year on it, and that was brilliant. Really, really enjoyed Gdansk. None for this year. None for Dublin, Edinburgh, or Manchester. No Maxes for there. The Ryanair 737 Max was basically all of the flights were on sun and fun routes. So Tenerife, Malaga, Barcelona, Madrid, Cyprus, all the big routes, you could say. Tenerife, Lanzarote, Fuerteventura, the whole lot. But obviously that isn't going to happen now. Yeah, all the Echo India Delta Alpha Regs, but yeah, hopefully next year it might happen, but we'll see, because the way this backlog is building up now, Boeing is going to have somewhere in the region of about 5 months aircraft worth to be delivered, just of the 737 Max, by the time the problem is solved. So we could be looking into September, October before the Max is even flying again. So it could be a very, very long time. Okay, excuse me 1 minute, folks. I need to get our clearance now. We'll be pushing back in 7 minutes. Yeah, sad news about Jet Airways. They've gone under pretty quickly. That's a good option actually, to Georgia. See, what I really fancy doing is connecting across to well, again, this was a flight I was going to do through Warsaw, but go across to Kiev. I really fancy doing that, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably just end up doing it from Edinburgh, to be honest with you, because you know it's just an hour and a half from me. But aye.
Copenhagen Control, good evening, Swiss 174, flight level 360, inbound Padding. Swiss 174, Copenhagen Control, hello, identified, proceed direct to say Warburg, Whiskey Romeo Bravo.
I hate flying through Manchester though, that's the only thing. I'm travelling down there from mine, it's it's quicker to go to Edinburgh.
Procedure Whiskey Romeo Tango, Swiss 174. Swiss 174 negative, Whiskey Romeo Bravo. Sorry, proceed direct Whiskey Romeo Bravo, Swiss 174, thank you.
Yeah, I just don't like Manchester for flying from, it's not my cup of tea. Copenhagen Control, hello again, Ryanair 2321 at Billund, stand 26737800, information Charlie, request half-hour clearance to Edinburgh.
Ryanair 2321, Copenhagen Control, hello again, information Charlie, correct, clear to Edinburgh via Bumpy 3 Bravo, 09er, squawk 0540.
Great, thanks. Cleared to Edinburgh, Bumpy 3 Bravo, departure off 09, squawk 0540, Ryanair 2321.
Ryanair 2321, Mayback is correct.
Okie dokie, clearance obtained.
Copenhagen Control, good evening.
Whoa.
Jet Mother Edinburgh at flight level 165, climbing flight level 180.
TUI er 918 at Copenhagen Control, hello, identify, climb flight level 340.
2 Mother Edinburgh, climbing flight level 340.
You decided to put your money toward it. Oh, that's shocking. That is absolutely shocking. Oh, man. Now, I think for the experience, the Antonov would have been an interesting one. Yeah, you think your ears through your headphones, my surround sound has just gone mental. That was so loud.
København, god aften. Lufthansa 652, passing flight level 155.
Lufthansa 652 Copenhagen Control, good aften, identify, climb flight level 240.
Flight level 240, Lufthansa 652.
Yeah, that's true, mate. That is true. Well, they might do, unless they crash.
Lufthansa 2 uniform Papa, can we transfer to Bremen Center?
Lufthansa 2 uniform Papa, contact Bremen radar frequency 125.020.
Contact Bremen on 125.025. Lufthansa 2 uniform Papa, bye-bye.
Right, TUI er 908 Lima, proceed direct to Echo Lima.
TUI Jet 908 direct Echo Lima.
And ground, cockpit.
Go ahead, Captain.
We're all set to go up here. We've been cleared to push and start at your discretion.
Roger that, ready for push. Power and air are clear, doors closed. We are ready for pushback. Release parking brake, please.
Ryanair 2321, request push and start.
Ryanair 2321, push and start approved. QNH 1030.
QNH 1030, push and start approved. Ryanair 2321.
Okay, parking brake is off, cleared to push.
Brakes off, here we go.
Yeah, that is true, Newcastle. That is very true. Yeah, it's a little bit yeah, I don't know, awkward. Where you planning on flying? Ukraine? Where in Ukraine? Lviv? Okay. I suppose Chicago, anyone can relate to that, can't they? But, hey ho. Okay, nice turnaround there, so let's get out of Billund. I like this airport. I think I've only flown here from Stansted before, but it's nice being able to do it from Edinburgh. It's a fairly new-ish flight. No, they do, mate. It's a newish route. It's not that long ago since they brought it in. Yeah, FR2320, that's a flight we did coming here. 2321's the one going back, so yeah. All the routes here at Virtual Ryanair are real world, so it'd better be a route or I shouldn't be flying it. It's one thing I do like about the airline, they're fairly realistic. Ryanair 2321, request taxi, and we are able Foxtrot.
Ryanair 2321, taxi, holding point Foxtrot, runway 09 via Foxtrot.
Taxi Foxtrot 09 via Foxtrot, thanks Ryanair 2321.
Center 652, when ready, descend flight level 200, level by Microsoft.
Roger, when ready, descend flight level 200. Can you please repeat the level point?
Center 652, level by Mike India Charlie.
Roger, level by Mike India Charlie, flight level 200, for Lufthansa 652, thank you.
Cabin crew, seats for departure, please. Ryanair 2321, Foxtrot 09, ready for departure.
Ryanair 221, runway 09, clear takeoff, wind 0705 knots.
09, clear for takeoff, Ryanair 2321.
Ryanair 2756, contact Sweden Control, frequency 118.4.
Stockholm Center for Ryanair 2756 on 118.4.
Lufthansa 652, contact Bremen Radar, frequency 125.020, bye-bye.
125, so in for Lufthansa 652, hang on, yeah.
Rainbow. Ryanair 2321, you identified, climb flight level 127, full direct to.
Climb flight level 120, and just confirm the direct, please, Ryanair 2321.
Ryanair 2321, you may fly direct to Busan.
Direct to Busan, thanks Ryanair 2321.
Julia Lima, contact Bremen Radar, frequency 125.020,
298 Lima, contact Bremen Radar on 125.020. Thank you, bye.
Bye. And the cargo looks 075, contact Sweden Control, frequency 118.4, bye.
Contact 118.4, bye bye.
Yeah, the metro is quite expensive. I used it in, I think it was February last year, and the prices compared to when I used them before then, which was 2015, when I used to 2014, 2015, when I used to get the bus down to Region Centre, and then I'd get the metro from Region Centre straight to Newcastle Airport. Or Callerton Parkway, then walk up to Callerton, do a bit of spotting. It's probably because I don't know if it's gone out of focus. But yeah, then just walk along to do a bit of plane spotting after that. But yeah, I was surprised how expensive it was. Yeah, it is.
Copenhagen Control, hello, this is Scandinavian 1520, Chapel 370, inbound, Gibson with you.
Scandinavian 1522, Copenhagen Control, hello, identified. Get inbound Copenhagen via the test speed to Echo, arrival runway 04 left, proceed now direct to Tango and inbound.
Okay, test speed, one Echo arrival, sorry, 2 Echo arrival, runway 4 left, Scandinavian 1522. Copenhagen Holland, KLM 1335, we're level 350, requesting descent.
KLM 1335, identified. Descent, flight level 60.
Level 60, KLM 1335.
Ryanair 2321, climb flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, Ryanair 2321.
Thank you. KLM 1335, proceed direct to waypoint EGPH. Gulf India, Papa Uniform Gulf. Expect either approach from May 78 to left.
You're left your TD plug for KLM 1335.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. I used to go to Regent Centre and get bus 44 to Dinnington, and then I'd walk from...
Scandinavian 152 to proceed direct to Tango November Oscar.
Proceeding direct Tango November Oscar, 152.
Yeah, I used to get it from stop at Dinnington and then walk back along the perimeter. So basically get fours from the entire perimeter right up to the bridle path, and yeah, so it was good fun. But the advantages of having a car are you get to go everywhere. Awesome plane spotting, hello. Yes, I did, Jack, yes. Used to and still go there many times, but obviously having your own mode of transport makes life 10 times easier. I can remember having to, because we don't, from where I am, there are no early morning buses. The earliest one is 8 in the morning. So to get to Alnwick, you've basically got to find your own mode of transport there, essentially. And I was waiting for a first choice 767. Yeah, first choice 767. I cycled.
2321, climb flight level 380.
Climb flight level 380, Ryanair 2321. And yeah, I was once going to get a first choice 767, and I cycled from here to Alnwick, got the X15 from Alnwick at like 6 in the morning, got to Regent Centre for about 7:20, and then from there to Dinnington, and yeah.
Switch 174, contact Bremen radar, frequency 125, that's no 720, bye.
125, that's 020, switch 174, thank you, 125.
On the drink in Belfast, goodness me. No, I'll tell you what, best thing I ever did was start driving. Best thing. I mean, the difference compared to getting a bus, even from down the town, is just massive. You know, you go from being at the mercy of a bus timetable, and if it's running on time or not, to the point where you can get specific movements and be in places and so on. So, well, it's a lifeline to Alnwick, but it's the amount that they've operated to Alnwick is cut over the years. But yeah, exactly, it needs to be more frequent, it's true. But no, having a bus is good, but a car's even better. It's pricey, it's expensive when you first start off, but after a few years, you know, you get experience, you get no claims, price comes down, so you know, it's a win-win. It enables you to get down for good movement. So there have been times where I've been at the airport from 4:30 in the morning, waiting for the wind to pick up or for a movement to land or whatever, you know. I can stay nice and late. I can stay late in the day. But yeah, we'll be on the ground for 9:30. Just bear with me because I need to program our arrival, so just give us 1 second.
Copenhagen, good evening, Shamrock 321, repeat, flight level 250.
Shamrock 321, Copenhagen Control, hello, identify cleared Monarch to Echo arrival on the 04 list.
Register, we're cleared the Monarch to arrival for 04 left, Shamrock 321.
Copenhagen, good evening, Scandinavian Fighter Force, level 210, inbound Belgium.
Scandinavian 554, Copenhagen Control, hello, identified cleared total to Echo arrival on the 04 left, proceed direct, Kilo Oscar.
We've cleared the total to Echo arrival for 04 left and proceeding direct, Kilo Oscar Romeo for Scandinavian Fighter.
Yeah, I hope you have a good trip to Belfast, mate. It'll be good. Enjoy. It's 5 years since I last flew with EasyJet to Belfast. It's unbelievable. 5 years. March 2014 was the last time I flew with them. It's unreal. And Copenhagen Ryanair 2321. Request 5 minutes away, please.
2321, that was the callback.
Wilco, thank you. Okay guys, I'm just going to quickly go and make a hot drink. I haven't had one yet, so it's time for my little in-flight snack, so I will be right back. I'll be back on voice in just 5 minutes. I'm going to go and stick the kettle on, so bear with me, I'll be right back.
Copenhagen, Scandinavian 554, just to confirm we're cleared for descent along the arrival.
Scandinavian 554, when ready, descent level 110.
When ready, descending 110 for Scandinavian 554.
KLM 1335 requesting one. KLM 1335, descent altitude 3,000 feet, level D, book QNH 1731.
Descent at 3,000 feet, level by D, book KLM 1335.
And there KLM 1335, does confirm motherboard QNH 1731.
QNH 1031, KLM 1335.
Control, Shamrock 321. We're ready for initial descent.
Shamrock 321, when ready, descent flight level 80, level by next zone.
What is your flight level 80 by next zone, Shamrock 321?
It's going to be 554, when ready, descent flight level 80, level by Kilo Oscar.
When ready, descend 80 level Kilo Oscar Romeo, Scandinavian 554.
Copenhagen altitude 813, for the 160, calling 180. Speed at 813, Copenhagen control identified. Climb flight level 360, hold direct yield.
Level 360, stay direct against, stay to tree.
Pivot 813, direct Echo, Echo Lima.
Direct Echo Lima, script 813.
North 9 Hotel Whiskey, contact now Scottish Control on frequency 135.520 for mine.
Scottish Control on 135.520, North 9 Hotel Whiskey, bye bye.
Okay, 1335, airport is inside if it helps.
Okay, 1335, sorry, say again?
Yeah, we have the airport inside, KLM 1335.
KLM 1335, roger, you requesting visual approach?
We take a visual approach, KLM 1335.
KLM 1335, roger, you may turn right to heading of 040 and descend to 3,000 feet, and the field will be at 12 o'clock, approximately 25 miles.
Heading 040 down to 3,000, airport is inside, KLM 1335.
KLM 1335, thank you, click for a right-hand visual approach on the 08 electrical final.
Visual approach, 0 left, we'll report final, KLM 1335.
Coordinate controls, Scandinavian 317.
Station calling confirm call time.
Scandinavian 3017.
Scandinavian 3017, Copenhagen Control, have a wide line. Flight cloud level 340, proceed direct deck correctly.
Clear flight level 340, direct. Confirm for Scandinavian 317.
Scandinavian 3017, direct Echo, Echo Lima.
Direct Echo Lima for Scandinavian 317.
Shamrock 321, turn left heading 010 degrees, sector slightly spoke from the 04 left. sure, left 010, and expect higher left 04 left.
Speedbird 67 Juliet, flight level 370 at Battle.
Speedbird 67 Juliet, Copenhagen, control hello, identified. Call C, correction, cleared at total to Echo arrival, runway 04 left. Proceed now direct to Kilo Oscar Romeo, on ready descent flight level 101.
Cleared direct Kilo Oscar Romeo to cross at flight level 110, Speedbird 67 Juliet. Speedbird 67 Juliet, can you confirm that the descent is own discretion?
Speedbird 67 Juliet, AFM.
Speedbird 67 Juliet, thank you, will report leaving 370.
Speedbird 67 Juliet, thank you, and you may proceed direct to Kilo Oscar Romeo.
Direct Kilo Oscar Romeo and leaving flight level 370 now, Speedbird 67 Juliet.
Hello everyone, I am back. And Ryanair 2321, back with you.
Ryanair 2321, thank you. Contact now Scottish Control, frequency 135.527. Bye-bye.
135.525, thanks very much. Ryanair 2321, bye-bye.
KLM 1335 is just turning final 08 left.
KLM 133.
Scottish, good evening, Ryanair 2321, flight level 380.
Ryanair 2321, Scottish, good evening, a bit direct St. Apps.
Direct to St. Apps, thanks, Ryanair 2321. Hi, time for a nice hot chocolate before we begin our descent into Edinburgh.
Scottish Control, Canadian Express 943, heavy with you, flight level 30. Canadian Express 943, Scottish Control, roger. Northbound 9, Hotel Whiskey, contact for London Control 123-19, bye-bye. Easy 1 to take contact rate, 07, Easy 1 3 Tango, thank you, taxi right on to Alpha, contact ground 121.7, bye-bye. Right on Alpha, contact ground 121, thank you very much, take care. Thank you. Graduate 12, ready, descend flight level 160, level maps. Scottish Control, good evening, Sir Richard Report, Stadium 950, flight level 160. Zulu 284, Scottish Control, good evening, it's the Edinburgh 3 Alpha, arrival landing runway 06. Edinburgh 3 Alpha, level, runway 06, Zulu 284. And Ryanair 813, when ready, descends flight level 160, level down the map. 160, wasn't it? 1813.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Hello. We're cruising at an altitude of 38,000 feet at the moment. We've got about 210 miles to go, and we'll be landing into Edinburgh in approximately 40 minutes time. Going to be descending very shortly. Weather in Edinburgh is nice 6 degrees at the moment, with light winds, and overall not looking too bad. Hope you've had an enjoyable flight thus far. Once again, thanks for choosing Ryanair. Tom King, hello, welcome to the live stream, mate. Ah, very nice. Are you flying on VATSIM at all? Very good, very good.
Runway 13, visual 780, monitor the com 122 decimal 8 point. Runway 13, visual 780, monitor the com 122 decimal 8 point. Yeah, 2321, expect from, sorry, yeah, we're landing on 06, expect flight level 70 at Tartan, report ready for descent.
And that's grand, expect 70 by Tartan, local Ryanair 2321.
For 1 million, with you, Edinburgh, Police Short Alpha 10634, departure.
Speedbird 2575, sorry, EV41 Romeo Whiskey, and runway 06, clear takeoff, the wind is 110 degrees, 9 knots.
Just take the blast, this one, let me receive.
Easy 16 Papa Zulu, contact landing control 123.9 Billund. 123.9, easy 16 Papa Zulu, thank you very much for the services, great control. Yeah. Yeah. Easy 41 Romeo Whiskey, squawk ident, climb now, flight level 250.
Let's go to the item climbing 350. Oh, is this what we will see?
And Ryanair 2321, request descent.
And Ryanair 2321, descend initially flight level 190.
Descend initially, flight level 190, Ryanair 2321.
Zulu Juliet Golf, descend flight level 900.
Descend at flight level 977 level.
Rightio, that's us descending into Edinburgh.
Scottish Canadian Express 943 Heavy.
Canadian Express 943 Heavy, Scottish Master Message.
Yes, sir. Just going to switch to company frequencies for a few moments. We'll advise you when we're back on with you.
Roger that, no worries.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Julie Golf, turn left, heading 30 degrees.
330 degrees. Into the boat.
And Julie Golf, descend to altitude 6,000 feet, QH is 1028.
Down to 6,000, QH 1028.
Easy 41 Romeo Whiskey, climb flight level 350.
Climbing to 6 access 1 Romeo.
Julie Alpha Golf, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
Down to 4,000 feet, with the golf.
Welcome back, Jack. We're just approaching Edinburgh now, not too far to go.
Scottish Express 943, heavy's back on frequency with you.
Canadian Express 943, Roger, welcome back.
Scottish Canadian Express 943, are we able to request oceanic clearance from you?
Canadian Express 943, yeah, I'll go back up, just my back.
Roger.
Canadian Express 943, give an estimate for let us know please your flight level and your Mach number for the crossing.
Canadian Express 943 is requesting track Bravo, estimating Resno 2034 Zulu, flight level 350, and we are able flight level 360, and Mach will be decimal 82. Track is 102.
Express 943, thanks for coming. If you're going very quiet, just keep telling your mic just for me, please. And Canadian Express 942, they're cleared and start when you're ready to call.
Canadian Express 943 is ready to copy oceanic.
Canadian Express 943 cleared to Titan via track Bravo, cross directional flight level 360, Mach decimal 82, there's no time restriction.
Canadian Express 943 Heavy is cleared onto track Bravo, cross Resno, flight level 360, Mach 2.82, and no time restriction.
Canadian Express 943, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
EV586 Foxtrot, stand by, brake, Zulu, Juliet Golf, turn right, heading 030 degrees, clear direct approach, runway 06.
Right, 030 degrees, good fire, thanks for runway 06 degrees.
Linear 2321, descend flight level 70, level tartan.
Descend flight level 70, level tartan, Ryanair 2321.
And EZ568 Foxtrot, Scottish, sorry, say again, please. 568 Foxtrot, Edinburgh grounds online, contacting 321.7. Oh, you 568, sorry, 568, you're right, Liverpool, sorry, contact London Control 123.9.
If you're moving around the cabin or using the washrooms at this time, we'd ask you now to return to your seat. Ensuring any hand baggage you may have moved during the journey is placed either underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers. Your papers should be folded away, keep back to the upright position, we both securely fastened for landing. If you continue to use four handheld devices at this time,
Scottish Control, good evening, this is Super 2575, it's the runway 06, please take off. Confirmation. And Speedbird 2575, you ready for an immediate departure?
Yeah, this is Speedbird 2575, I want to go stand 10 for departure.
Okay. Speedbird 2575, hold at Alpha 1, there's one thing. Juliet Golf from 06, you're clear to land, the wind is 10 degrees at 9 knots.
Clear to land at 906, Juliet Golf.
Holding Alpha 1, this is my 05.
Ryanair 2321, clear to enter, clear to leave control airspace Alpha and Abs will be vacant question service.
It's copy, it's clear to leave control airspace and arms. 232, cheers.
Station 4, region 7, 15.6,
Sorry, I'm calling you, it's a bit noisy. What's your call sign, sir?
no showing
That's your 126, Scottish Control Delta, continue. Scottish good evening, it's the Channel X057 Alpha, we've got the 280 and we'd like to lock. Channel X057 Alpha, Scottish good evening, Alpha Grove landing, runway 17, when you are ready, descend flight level 100, level Hobart. Runway 17, descend, we're ready, flight level 100, say again, level by, Channel X057 Alpha. Channel X057 Alpha, level at Hobart, please. Level at Robot, Channel X057 Alpha, no worries. Easy 41 number, Whiskey contact London, 123.123.9. 123.9, please from the bottom, then Whiskey, good day, bye. Speedbird 2575, line up and wait, runway 06.
Line up and wait, runway 06, Speedbird 2575.
To move off fuel runway 05, after the seat.
Juliet Golf, Roger, contact the ground, 121.75.
Alright, contact ground, 121.75. Alright.
Speedbird 2575, 06, clear takeoff, the wind 0 degrees, 9 knots.
Let's take off from where you go, 6, Speedbird 575, thank you.
cabin crew, 10 minutes to land.
Ryanair 2321, deconfliction service.
Deconfliction service, 2321.
Ryanair 2321, going to control the reservation of 12 miles of your direct control service.
Copy, rear control service shortly, thanks. 2321.
Speed about 2575, squawk in, climb down flight level 230.
Okay, man, flight level 230, speed about 2575.
Ryanair 2321, fly heading 265 degrees.
Fly heading 265, Ryanair 2321.
Control, hello, Danny, V3 on the flight Golf, play ready off 1.
ED29 X-ray Golf service, good evening, runway 26, you are clear for takeoff, the wind is 110 degrees, 8 knots, cresting 21 knots.
Runway 06, takeoff to that flight Golf, thank you.
Ryanair 2321, clear that control service, descent to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH is 1028.
Radar control 4,000 feet on QNH 1028, Ryanair 2321.
And Ryanair 2321, that gives you approximately 45 sat miles per hour.
That's perfect, thank you.
Marshall 1336, requesting handoff.
Marshall 1336, are you second?
Marshall 1336, requesting handoff.
North Shuttle 1336, you're in my stormy airspace for another 200 miles.
North Shuttle 1336,
Scottish Green, Express 943 Heavy, would like to step up to flight level 360, please.
Express 940, decline flight level 360, and you are leaving my airspace this for the ATC 123.123.8, can I?
Up to flight level 360 and over to Unicom across the pond. Thank you very much for your services. How's it going?
Cheers, good night.
Moving to my next flight, going southbound, passing 1,200 from the Delta.
EDG next, Golf Roger Squawk ident, climb now, flight level 200.
Full ride and contact 200, 200.
Channel 0, thanks for that. Alpha contact radar 120.9, bye bye. Channel 0, thanks for Alpha contact radar 120.9, bye bye. EDG 9 extra Golf, climb flight level 36.
Level 36, you know,
Ryanair 2321, turn right heading 335 degrees, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
Right, heading 335 degrees and down to 3,000 feet. Ryanair 2321.
Ryanair 2321, turn right heading 030 degrees. When you're established with the local lines over runway 06, descend on the right path.
Right, heading 030 degrees when established with the localizer. Descend with the glide. Ryanair 232. And Ryanair 2321, fully established, ILS 06.
Ryanair 2321, roger, runway 06, clear to land, the wind is 110 degrees, 8 knots, gusting 21 knots.
06, clear land, thanks Ryanair 232. Cabin crew, seats for landing, please.
National 136, just about close shortly monitor Unicom 122 this one.
I don't know if Unicom 122 this one. Have a good night.
Ryanair 2321, wind check.
Ryanair 2321.
2321, sorry, just step 1 second.
Wind check, please.
1108 knots, custom fuel.
Thanks.
Approaching decision height. Glide slope. Glide slope. Minimums. Minimums. Glide slope. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And Ryanair 2321, vacating Charlie.
Ryanair 2321, Medical Charlie 1, contact Edinburgh, ground 121.7 going.
Ground 117, thanks, 2321.
People 2575, no further ATC, monitor Unicom 122, sorry, people 2575, contact London Control 123.9, goodbye.
Ground, hello, Ryanair 2321, just approaching Charlie 3.
Ryanair 2321, taxi stand 16 via Charlie Lima and Golf.
Charlie Lima Golf, stand 16, thanks Ryanair 2321.
Jersey 6, Bravo, Kilo, request taxi, and we are able Bravo for departure. Jersey 6, Bravo, Kilo, hold position. Jersey 6, Bravo, Kilo, just repeat the last. Bravo, correction, Jersey 6, Bravo, Kilo, hold position. Hold position. Hold position, Jersey 6, Bravo, Kilo. Jersey 6, Bravo Kilo, taxi, Holly Plate Bravo 1, runway 06, via Golf, Lima, and Alpha. Taxi 06, via Golf, Lima, and Alpha, Jersey 6, Bravo Kilo. All stations, Edinburgh ground is closing now, monitor unit. 122.8, 122.8.
Well, welcome to Edinburgh, folks. Hope you enjoyed the flight. We got down in the end. It was a really good flight. I enjoyed that. I haven't flown to Billund in quite a while, so that was quite nice. Yeah, it was butter-ish. Yeah, you too, mate. Thanks very much. Take care, Neely Ross. Thank you, everyone that's watched. So that's the end of today's live stream, folks. Once again, thanks very much. Just keep an eye out, please, on Twitter. Check out my Twitter username @FlyHellas. I regularly run polls to decide which airport we'll be flying to or from. So check out that, and you can vote in that poll, and that way you can decide, or at least have a say in where we fly to. So likes of today, the options were Stansted, Dublin or Billund, and the mass majority voted for Billund. So as I say, keep an eye out for that. But am I flying tomorrow, Tom? I'm not too sure at the moment, mate. I'll have to wait and see how it goes. So that's us parked up here in Edinburgh. Echo India, Foxtrot Oscar Golf, another Ryanair sector complete. Hope you all enjoyed the live stream. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and in the live chat too. Have a good weekend, folks. Take care, and we'll see you in the next stream. Good night.